Come on in. What's up? What's good? What's power? What's crack? What's percolating? What's really good in the hood? It is your man Theo Butler, and welcome to You Can Speak With Me, but you can't speak for me. Entitled Hypocritical episode of I Ain't Saying, I'm Just Saying with the Rock with me next. Man, y'all clap that thing on up. Yeah. Y'all clap that thing on up. Oh, yeah. Y'all clap that thing on up. Before we begin, like, share, subscribe. If you like, leave a comment. If you don't like, leave a constructive comment. If y'all want to say, Theo, man, come on, man. I mean, like, I'm here for it. I told y'all I'm here for it. You can do that too. Why? Because if you know me, grow me, and sharing is caring. And I am trying to grow. I am trying to grow. I am. We're going to do this episode here today. And this episode is dedicated to one Mr. Mick B. Mac and those anti-recasters who think like him. We finna go ahead and get some straightening. I'm probably going to hurt some feelings and everything like that. But this is uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. We're going to tell the truth to shame the devil. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So, Mr. B. Mac, you came on Twitter yesterday and you stated that you felt like they should not recast the character. You personally, and I'm paraphrasing, know that there's at least 8 other people that have worn the mantle of Black Panther. You did. You then went on to say that although Derek Bozeman has came out and spoke on behalf of his brother, stating that he believed his brother would be a recast, we don't necessarily know the relationship status of Derek Bozeman and Chadwick Boseman. You said that. In essence, you threw some shade on it. You threw some how can I put it? Some uncertainty on it, because you are basically saying Derek could be lying. Right? Okay, cool. And I came at you and I said to you, I said, hey, stop that. We're not finna do that. Because if you finna say it's at least 8 different people that they worn the mantle of Black Panther, you need to be able to say when they won and who took over after them and who it all reverts to at the end. If you got any feelings about that, I'm sorry. But you don't get to make a vague statement like there have been 8 Black Panther, at least 8 other people wearing the mantle of Black Panther, and just walk away. Because that's a half-true statement. And the whole, I'm going to be honest with you, the anti-recasters, y'all full of half-truths. Y'all full of half-truths, and y'all full of disparaging comments when it comes to the man's family who y'all say y'all claim to love. Half-truths when it comes to knowing the character. Half-truths when it comes to what's been going on with the actor and his family. And then y'all make disparaging comments. Y'all try and be coy with it, but nah. So let's go down this line, Mr. B. Mac, and I'm going to do my best to show you why. Even with your grandfather being the father figure in your life, even with you having quite a few Black people in your life, you can't speak for Black people. You can speak with Black people, but you can't speak for Black people. And I'm going to help you out in coming to realize that. You brash and braggadocious, so you probably going to disagree with it. Don't care. I'm going to go ahead and expose it for what it is. Now, you said your grandfather, right? You said your grandfather. So what did you learn from it? Your grandfather, that is. Because I'm getting ready to be 54 in a few weeks. So your grandfather, and I am somebody's grandfather. So we're going to say your grandfather was older than me because you look like you in your mid-30s. What did you learn from your grandfather? Did he talk to you about the Civil Rights era? He should have. Your grandfather. Did he talk to you about the Civil Rights era, or did he tap dance around the Civil Rights era when it came to you? I'm going to say he probably talked to you about it because you seem like, you act like, you talk like you knowledgeable when it comes to Black. All things Black. That's how you conducted yourself on this Twitter. That's how you defended yourself. Well, you should have been like, you know what, I might not know what I'm talking about. And we're going to explain why you should have just took that attitude later on. Now, your grandfather should have told you more than just Malcolm and Martin. Your grandfather, if I'm looking at his age right, he was actually a young man during the Civil Rights era. He ain't talked to you about it. He talked to you about the Black Panther Party. He talked to you about J. Edgar Hoover? Did he? He talked to you about free lunch program, where that came from? He talked about the church in Alabama being blowed up. I'm asking for a reason. Because, see, T'Challa was created during the Civil Rights era by Jack Kirby, by Stan Lee. You know that. You just don't. You choosing to look past that for what reason? You know they created T'Challa for a group of people that they felt like were disenfranchised. Hell, were disenfranchised. Hell, still is disenfranchised, to be perfectly honest with you. But they created that hero specifically for those people. And they thought enough of that hero to make sure that hero knew his ancestry, unlike their friends in America. Does your grandfather know his ancestry? Can he trace it all the way back to Africa? Can he? Because you talking. Let's go. The word nigger. When you hear a racist person use the word nigger, what does it do to you? I guarantee you it does something totally different to your grandfather. Something you can't relate to. Now, watch this, Mr. Mick B. Mac. The word nigger cuts through any group. See, you can be a member of the LGBTQ and still can't hide from the word nigger. You can be a nerd and still can't hide from the word nigger. You can serve the United States military, can't hide from the word nigger. You can be a school teacher and cannot hide from the word nigger. You can be a successful, independent woman and still can't hide from the word nigger. In essence, it don't matter what you do in this life. A racist can still find it within themselves to call you a nigger, and that nerve that's raw is going to twitch just like it would twitch if you was broke. That twitch that causes you to have life-altering conversations within yourself within a matter of minutes. Yeah, see, when somebody calls us a nigger, there are quite a few instances, scenarios that flow through our mind in a matter of seconds. And we have to pick the right one. Because it's not a given that if we knock a racist out, law enforcement is going to let us go our way. Can you relate to that? No, you can't. You probably don't even know what the racial slur for you is. There is one. It's crazy that you mentioned your grandfather. Your grandfather who cannot speak his native tongue. T'Challa can. Your grandfather who does not know what his name is. He has his slave master's name. You don't have your slave master's name. You have your family's name. Every black person over here in America that's not from the islands, we have our slave master's name. We don't have our family's name. You told me your grandfather was black meant what? You telling me about the significant number of black people that have been in your life means what exactly? It means that you can empathize. It means that you can sympathize. But that you can understand what it means to be black? Know what it's like to be black? No, you got options on the table. You do. It's a benefit. You can be accepted whenever. All you got to do is shut the hell up. And even if you do talk, it ain't a given that the hatred that I'm going to get for the pigmentation of my skin is the same hatred you're going to get for defending the pigmentation in my skin. See where I'm at? But let's keep going, because you talk a lot. When we talk about ancestors, because I know your grandfather can't tell you who his is. He can't. T'Challa can. Stan Lee and Jack Kirby made sure T'Challa knew who his ancestor was so he could draw a source of strength. You don't think that means anything? You think that's ironic that T'Challa's ancestor, Bashinga, is Black Panther? That means T'Challa can look back down his family lineage and see that he comes from strength he comes from nobility, that means something. There's not a black person in America that can tell you that, whether we've done Ancestry.com or not. We can't tell you what that direct descendant did. We can't. You can, though. You can. Most European Americans in this country can trace their ancestry with little to no problem whatsoever. All they got to do is talk to who? Right. See, when I called you entitled yesterday, I called you entitled for more than one reason. You just went with the most obvious one. That's your fault. It's not mine. See, when you say you come into the Twitter, well, I can at least name 8 other Black Panthers. Understand something. Mick B. Mac. I don't just respond to Twitter comments off emotion. I actually look at comments about 4 or 5 times, and then me and me, myself, and I, the 3 of us, go have a chat in the back room. Like, is that 2 + 2 = 4? No, that's more like the square root of pi to the 3rd power divided by the square root of 9, which don't make no damn sense at all. You said 8 Black Panthers. I didn't say you was wrong. I just said put them in order, because you were perfectly fine just leaving that statement there. And leaving that statement there, you would have misled some people that don't know what you know. So you left that statement out there. And while everybody went back and forth with you, you never came out one time to correct that statement. You never came out one time to explain that statement. I had to come out and explain it for you. You got in your feelings. So Mr. B. Mac, let's do this. You say it's at least 8 Black Panthers out there. I told you to put them in order. You ain't want to do that. Wakanda, Black Panther 1 million BC. We named him Wakanda because Wakanda had not been founded as a nation. So we saying Black Panther 1 million BC is the reason why we have a Wakanda today. That would be 1. Bashinga would be 2. Nyanda would be 3. The first female Black Panther. She makes 3. Azuri makes 4. T'Chaka makes 5. Sion makes 6. T'Challa makes 7. See where I'm at? T'Challa makes 7. Eric Killmonger makes 8, but it went back to T'Challa. Casper Cole makes 9, but it went back to T'Challa. Shuri makes 10, but it went back to T'Challa. You left that part out, and you was going to do that on purpose. You weren't going to explain that. See, that's relevant. That has weight. Y'all don't want to say that. You anti-recasters full of it. Y'all like telling people that it's been other people that they worn the mantle of T'Challa, but you don't tell them how. Wakanda, King Wakanda, is Bashinga's descendant. He is. Bashinga is Azuri's descendant. Azuri's ancestor. He is. Azuri is T'Chaka's father. He is. He's Sion's father. He is. T'Chaka is T'Challa and Shuri's father. He is. Sion is their uncle. He is. T'Challa and Shuri are brothers and sisters. They are. Eric Killmonger is not a member of the royal family. He ain't. He ain't a cousin. He not. Casper Cole is a New York police detective. He is. He's not a member of the royal family. He not. You wasn't going to say that though, was you? No, you was perfectly fine just saying it right there, because you really don't want the character recast. Now, let's go back to this thing, because I said I was going to come back to this. When you talk about your grandfather being the father figure in your life, why should we care? See, now you're being a hypocrite. If you don't care about the relationship between Derek Bozeman and Chadwick Boseman, if you don't think their relationship has any weight to it, that Derek could be just talking, how do we know you got a black grandfather? How we know your black grandfather wasn't running around here acting like Uncle Ruckus? See, you want the benefit of the doubt, but you don't want to give the benefit of the doubt. The benefit of the doubt. That's an entitled mindset. Let me say that one more time. You want to give the benefit. You don't want to give the benefit of the doubt, when it comes to Derek and Chadwick, but you want the benefit of the doubt when it comes to you and your relationship with black people. That's an entitled mindset that makes you a hypocrite. But now let's keep going. You got black people in your life. Quite a few black people in your life. Cool. No problem. Sound good to me. I got a few black women in my life. I'm almost of the mindset I got more black women in my life than you got black people in your life. The 4 people that raised me, the 4 primary adults, only one was a male, my grandfather. The rest, my mother, my aunt, my grandmother. I've been in 6 long-term relationships. 3 of them marriages. I'm on my 3rd marriage right now. I have 4 children, 4 daughters, to be perfectly honest with you, and a granddaughter. Yes, I know I need to have a bottle of Motrin in the house. And when it comes to my daughters, I've been there for each one of their first periods. Yes, as a father, I am scarred for life. I've seen things that I cannot unsee. I have. I said all that to say what? I still ain't no woman. I still don't know what it's like to be a woman. I know the difference between the trimesters. I know that a woman gets angrier faster than a man does when she's hungry. I'm still not a woman. I can't speak for a woman. I can't speak for women. See, let me help you out, Mr. Mick B. Mac. I can do my damnedest to sympathize and empathize. But when I walk out at night, I'm not concerned about being raped by no dude. I don't know what that feels like. I've got daughters. My oldest is 27. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know what it's like to be called out my name just because somebody wants to have sex with me. And I choose not to, Mr. B. Mac. As much as I love women, as much as I want to understand women, I'm a man. And there are going to be times when a woman does some stuff, not most of the time, not half the time, less than a few times. I got to make sure I say that right because I don't want women getting mad at me. But less than a few times. There's going to be some times that as a man, you're not going to understand what a woman got going on. You be like, but you're going to be like, okay, this woman. So you got offended when I said you entitled. With me having been experienced with women for as long as I have been, for me to speak on women issues would make me entitled. How dare I speak on women issues? I can speak with them in regards to women issues. I can stand beside them in regards to women issues, but try and tell a woman what's best for a woman? You're going to say that's different. It's not. You're not black, son. You're a white man with black friends. You're a white man that understands, wants to anyway. But at the bare root of it, the core, you're not black. You saying something to us you wouldn't say about any other superhero. You say your grandfather is your father figure. You care so little about your grandfather's history, you cannot even appreciate that this hero was created during the most tumultuous time in not only your grandfather's life, but every black person's life as a race of people. You're so damn entitled that your relationship with your grandfather speaks more, should be regarded more so than the relationship between Derek Bozeman and Chadwick Bozeman. You entitled, son. And you're a hypocrite because you want us to respect your relationship while not respecting that one. You want us to lend credence to your relationship with black people while not leading credence to Derek's relationship with Chadwick. That's the problem with you anti-recasters. Y'all keep doing that. Y'all done went above and beyond just not to get this character recast, that you found yourself speaking out against the family. Something that recasters never did. That's the dirtiest thing, man. We've been able to say, honor the actor, recast the character, send love and support to the family. Y'all can't get that right for nothing in the world. Listen, let me go ahead and say this, because this video done went too long. Mr. Mick B. Mac, I applaud you having the number of black people in your life. But the number of black people in your life does not make you black. It does not make you the end all say all when it comes to black issues. And I'm finna hurt your feelings. You can't speak on what's important to me as a black person. I don't care how many black people you know. Just as I would never be able to speak out on what a woman should and should not be bothered by what an indigenous American should or should not be offended by. Because honestly, I'm like this. I don't know. Watch this. All things being equal, why was that name sitting out there for the Washington football team as long as it was? That's a racial slur. Always has been, always will be. It sat out there for how long? 32 owners. How many people live in America? Now watch this. We want to sit up and say most of the people, Mr. Mick B. Mac, think like you. Well, how come it took so long for that name to change? Because regardless of how many people say they empathize with indigenous people, you can't relate because you ain't them. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Peace.